Hey guys, welcome to Tomatoes, Poppies, and Everything Gardening. I am so excited because today I get to finally take out this huge, gigantic collard green plant that I have been trying to harvest the seeds from. They're finally ready, so I can get this huge thing out of here and start walking in this area again. I'm glad you're here. Yes, so I'm glad you're here for this moment. These are all dry, and most of them have not cracked open yet, so it's time to harvest. There are a couple that have cracked. You can see the seeds. I'm only collecting the seeds from this stalk because I covered this in an organza bag before the flowers opened, so before it was able to be pollinated or cross-pollinated. I protected those flowers from the bees. So we're going to save these seeds in here in these dry pods, the ones in here, and here's an example of the bag. So all of those seeds should be not cross-pollinated with other brassicas in the same family. And I should have a couple more. There should be a bag down in here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Wow, a lot of these have already opened. The birds love to eat these seeds as well. Let's see. I'll be so glad when I can walk in here again. Well, it's in there somewhere. We'll find it. Then there should be one more plant that has a bag on it. Here it is. Yeah, you can see that seeds are flying. I don't know if you heard that, but they're flying. So there we go, these little black seeds. So since these have been popping and dropping everywhere, we're probably going to have a lot of brassica growth here soon. All right, let's get busy. All right, we're going to start and just cut this one off. So I did have one of those mesh bags on, and then I wanted them to dry out really well, so I took those off, but I put this here so I would know exactly which stem or branch had the isolated seeds. So I got a bowl. We're just going to cut it and put it in here. All right, I have a couple more of those mesh bags, and then we will be ready to sort. And then I'm going to come back later with my big pruners to clean all this up. And I'll show you why. I'll show you the root in a minute. It is just gigantic. This is just part of it. I mean, it is just a huge root system. And it just trails and trails. Well, maybe we'll get a better look later. It's huge. I'm going to sit in the shade somewhere and process these seeds. But I wanted to show you my very last brassica. Well, except for kale and maybe a couple other things. But I think before those broccolis open to flower, I'm going to cover them the same way we did the collards. And I'm going to save those seeds because I think that variety did really well for me. And it was able to overwinter here, zone 7B-ish, almost 8. Yeah, that was the best variety that I grew from seed last late summer, early fall, that overwintered. So I definitely want to save those seeds. And I don't remember the variety. Let's just go see if we can find some shade. So I think I'm just going to kind of bounce these, let the seeds start to fall out. And they are. And bugs. Oh my goodness. So many bugs. Those are kind of weird looking bugs too. I'm glad I didn't do this in the house. I almost did. I almost went inside. Oh my goodness. Oh, what are those? What is that? All right, we're going to let this sit upside down and let the seeds fall out and let these bugs crawl away. There's a cardinal's nest right in here. I can't hardly see it, but I'm hoping maybe they'll just come over here and pick the bugs out because they're kind of crawling up to the top. So I'm going to go inside a few minutes, leave this for a bit, and then I'll come back. You have no idea how long I've been waiting to get this one plant, this one giant collard green out of here. So I dropped the seeds very early February 2023, and it grew from a dropped seed. Actually, 3 of them did, but this one was the biggest. So we're going to take him out. I'm going to be able to walk here. I'm going to be able to weed, pick my strawberries next year, hopefully, and get to those peppers over there. Look at how big. Still looks pretty healthy, but it is ready to come out. Take a look at this gnarly root system. I mean, it's got a root here, a root here. I mean, it was just trying to grow no matter what. That is pretty amazing. Plants are definitely amazing. Hiding in the shade of that giant collard is some lamb's ear. It's so soft. Ooh, that's so soft. It feels like a dog's ear to me. But it will get relocated because it will toast if I leave it in this location. And it was used to all that nice shade. That's such a pretty one. I think I'll put it in the backyard. I don't know where it came from, but I'm keeping it. So I think the bugs are gone. You can see the seeds down in there. And I have a jar. Hold on. So now we just need to get all of the seeds out of each pot. A lot of them have already cracked open, and I'm hopeful that I get more seeds than not. But I may have overestimated needing this big jar. Let's see what this has in it. There's some in there. Yeah. So that is the easy way you protect your flower from cross-pollination. If you're growing something in the same family, that could affect the seed. And then you just want the plant to flower. Let the flowers fall, then get a seed pod. Let the seed pod dry out completely on the plant, but before it pops open, because you don't want to lose all the seeds. And then you just harvest the seeds and you dry them. Make sure, well, they should be dry, but if it's been raining or whatever, before you put them into the house or store them in any kind of airtight container, make sure they're completely dry. There are a few more bugs in there. So that's it. So normally I don't go straight to a glass jar, but I thought these were pretty well dry. Normally I will put seeds into like a paper bag or a little paper envelope. Is probably what I will end up doing. Oops. Are some type of nymph, of a stink bug or shield bug. So probably a different variety than your standard brown, but could be very destructive to plants. So you can see there's lots of seeds in there, the little brown seeds, and there's still bugs in here. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video, but you got to see the process of collecting the dried seeds. And eventually, when all the bugs are gone, I will get the seeds out and put them into an envelope once they're 100% dry and store them for future use. All right, guys, hope you're having a great gardening week. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.